This is Scoopadoop Clicker. So it really just jumps you right on in. This little guy's giving me advice, but I'm kind of missing all of it. Let's see, the more scoops you have, the better. Okay, so he's really like, Scoopadoops, try to take your scoops. He's really just like rushing through these things right here. You gotta read them or else they're just gone. It'd be nice if instead of one-liners from this guy, it was just like a nice little introductory panel, you know? And then you hit OK, and then there you go. Uh-oh, he hears something. Do we have animals? Any defenses set up? Okay, let's make some defenses. Okay, what defenses? Boing the bunny. Produces tiny scoops, only 1 scoop per second. Muffin the puppy. Muffin the puppy! Oh, he's a cute little puppy. Alright, so we'll have him making stuff here. Napkin trap. Single trap stops a single Scoopadoop. Oh, alright, here are the enemies. The Scoopadoops. This is a Scoopadoop. They are going to come and try to take away your scoops. You should buy defenses to stop them. Now, one thing I noticed immediately was a drastic shift in audio quality. I don't know if anyone else noticed that, but the intro music that I was hearing right there was kind of, it was really low quality, to say the least, in terms of the actual fidelity of the music. And I was worried it was all the sound was going to be like that, but as it turns out, no, this is actually really high quality music I'm hearing right now. This battle music is actually pretty badass. So, that can be a very jarring effect in a video game. To hear a certain quality of audio and then have it completely switched around to this awesome high fidelity music, you might want to consider looking into making sure all of your audio fidelity is straight across the board the same quality. But anyway, let's try and stop these things right here. So let's make some more bunnies because I can afford them. Oh, nope. Okay, so they kind of make themselves in a row. I guess they don't kind of place themselves, which means I don't know if I can do anything about these guys. Do I... Pressing my guy doesn't seem to do anything. I thought these guys would stop them. Oh, okay. I am drastically confused right now. I really don't know what's going on. It looks like they're... How do I actually stop them? I can't click them to stop them. And I figured these guys would be shooting stuff out to stop them. We did good, I guess. Okay. Really weird. Traps and walls. Okay, so I'm guessing that these are the traps that I'm going to need. So these guys are just the poop producers. They don't actually stop anything from getting to me. I have to actually have these napkins and walls up in order to stop them. So these guys are really nothing more than just my... Yeah, okay, and if I click him, I get more. They're really just more or less my resource is, and not so much my stopping power. I figured that they were a combination. It'd be kind of nice if they were a combination, because they just seem so weak. But anyway, I digress. So by clicking, I just get more, much like any other clicker game. Click as much as you can, put down some napkin traps. Let's try some of these waffles. There we go. Buy more to get reserves. Buying extra defenses means you'll have backups when you need them. Any extra will go into a reserve and automatically replenish. Alright, good deal. Alright, so let's see if these defenses work well. Yeah, okay, they work, I see, and then they're like one-time uses, so you want to make a bunch of them so that they'll go into reserve and then just kind of do their thing. That is what they do. But I feel like these defenses are weak. In terms of actual, what's the word I'm looking for? In terms of actual juiciness, they don't really do too much that appeal. You know what I'm saying? Now, another thing I need to point out is audio volume. Is there any controls for that? There is not, so we're going to continue. The audio volume seems to vary from what I'm noticing here. It's definitely something that's going to need, again, across-the-board management. You want to make sure that all your audio is around the same levels. Alright, so let's get a few of these set up. There we go. And what happens if I hit the plus? Anything? Nothing. So I'm a little confused by what the plus is there. I get that these are the reserve numbers, so I have like one of these, two of these. But not so much why there's a plus there. Now I can level up my little guys here and they'll produce more Scoopadoops for me, or scoops rather. So it's basically just an oncoming inslot all the time, which is pretty good. You just gotta make sure you defend against them as they come. What might be a good idea is for the first wave that comes around, maybe you don't allow that to come around until you've put up defenses. Like maybe you kind of force a tutorial on people, you know? Force them to create basic defenses first. So at least they're not all confused when the first time around comes, you know? Alright, so now I'm starting to get it. So yeah, pretty much just click repeatedly, get what you need, level up your little producers, then use what you get in order to keep it going. Now, I was legitimately hoping for more of a Plants vs. Zombies feel out of this, with things shooting out and everything. Now, it looks like eventually you do get something called a cone cannon, which will start firing out at the scoops, but I'd like something like that sooner. I feel like walls would be better served as a last line of defense, and the cannons would be something that will get you more invested more quickly. If you got something like the cannons first, it would feel really good to get those out and have them start shooting at people. Alright, so let's see. My goal is let's get the pig here. There we go. That's a big pig. So, we'll get a few scoops out, and I'm going to see if I can get me a cone cannon. Looks like I should be able to get one by the time this wave's over. And get a few more of these napkin traps out. Let's see. So we'll go ahead and get some more levels on these guys. That should make it go a bit quicker. There we go. I don't know. My wall might not stop them. One of them might break through. There it is. See, and then once they break through, there's really no response you can have. It'd be kind of cool if there were more ability for you as the user to actually fight back. If you had the power to click on them and actually make them slowly die out instead of being 100% reliant on these walls, you know? Alright, we got one cannon out. Not too bad. So, obviously that would mean if you want it to be a challenge, you're going to have to get bigger, or larger quantities of enemies, I suppose. But I don't think that really matters, if I'm being honest. I think if you had higher quantities out, but you allowed yourself to actually click on the enemies, or should I say touch the enemies in order to kill them, I think that that'd be a nice compromise. Oh, what have we here? Prices are getting high. As prices go up on defenses, you might become too expensive when you really need them. Get the Scoop Price Adjuster to help stabilize prices and keep them lower. And that's, wow, that's way down there. That's going to take forever. So apparently, according to the developer, you eventually get red buttons, which give all devices a special ability, which kind of gives you a little more ability to fight back on your own. That's good, it is, but I would like that much earlier in the game, personally, because it doesn't, you don't want to make people wait for the good stuff. Whenever you got a game going on, you want to make it as addictive and fun as humanly possible as soon as humanly possible. And when you're not doing that, it just feels like a waste. Oh, walking right through the wall. Because you gotta really pull them in immediately. That's the real trick to it. People need immediate interest in video games these days. Alright, so we're starting to get a good amount of money now, but I'm going to need a good amount of cannons before I can really start fighting back. Now, this is mostly this is a mobile game, actually, and I kind of wonder if the production would continue while it's off. I'm gonna guess it wouldn't, because then the fighting would have to continue too, right? So that'd be kind of too easy if it would continue while it was off. So the developer says they're adding a turbocharge feature, which will get them into the game faster. And that's nice, it is, but then doesn't that inherently tell you that people want to get into the game faster? Wouldn't that be something you'd want to build into the default game? Being quick and getting into the process as quick as possible. Roman Scoopadoops. These Scoopadoops are skilled and ruthless warriors, stronger and faster than their predecessors. Maintain your defenses well to keep them away. Alright. So I'm going to need more of these napkins. But the good news is you can't ever die. But at the same time, if you can't ever die, then what's the goal you're working towards? You know what I'm saying? Also, I'm realizing, why am I running out of scoops right here? I don't know why it took me so long to realize. Is it because my cannons? Oh, my cannons use scoops? I didn't realize that. Interesting. Alright, so I'm going to have to up these. So, that kind of sucks, doesn't it? You're losing resources to defend resources? That seems really backwards, honestly. I don't get the point of defending the resources if you're just going to lose them anyway by having better defenses. Not that it matters, I'm going to lose this anyway. It's... Also, do they get to destroy my cannons eventually? I hope not. You can be completely wiped out. Okay, so they can destroy your everything, I guess. So you're... I get it now. You're not just defending your scoops, but you're also defending your defenses, which seems interesting, actually. I get that. That makes sense. That's pretty good. Alright, let's see. So if I upgrade him, he'll start producing 6 a second? Or is that doubled? It'd be kind of cool if I knew what these upgrades were actually getting me. I know that I'm making more, but it doesn't say exactly how much more I'm making by leveling these guys up. So I'm guessing it's just another 2, but it'd be cool if these stats were more readily available. Like, by getting this, your scoops per second is going to become this, or blah, 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 blah. Lots of waffles. Get a few of these napkin traps out. Admittedly, it does play quite well. you get into a certain pattern with it, and it all starts to make sense. But the constant music changing is a little bit jarring, I must admit. In particular, like, you're always switching between the same songs during the same phases, so it does get a little repetitive in that sense, and it kind of breaks the bubble, because you know how long you're going to hear one song, and then how long you're going to hear the other. Those boop, boop, boop sounds do get a little loud after a while, and particularly because of how much they stack. Alright, so defenses are going pretty well. Now I can see why you want the walls in front if your defenses can get wiped. Obviously your walls are the least important of all those. Right. I get that it says in the description how many you get. Like, this will give me 6 more if I get a second one. I get that too. It's just, it'd be nice to see the total amount you're going to have after the purchase. Makes 16 per second, so yeah, we can get this rhino. There we go. Nice. And the last one, the elephant, will make 50. Beautiful. Alright, we'll get another cone cannon out, and I think I can afford another one. There we go. Full range cone cannons. Buy more to get upgrades. Did you know the cannons, fans, and coils can be upgraded? Buy extras and watch their power level increase. Good deal. Yeah, it's all that getting hit noise becomes a pretty massive clutter after a while. At least with headphones on. If you're just playing mobile, it might not be something you'd notice. So I can probably stop doing napkin traps now. It's probably more efficient for me to just get walls and have my cannons do all the work while I click. Yeah, I can imagine, I've played a few clicker games in my time. The developer saying most people try to save up for the elephant, which tends to lead to issues. I can see that. I've learned quite well from Cookie Clicker. You don't want to go for the last thing first. Always want to build your way up. Otherwise, you're in for quite a bit of hell. Alright, so let's grab one of these fans, huh? But you're going to need another full range of these in order for them to be super effective. Alright, we'll upgrade our pig here. But it is an exponential style game, so, you know, as time goes on, you're just going to be making stuff much quicker. Let's see, so we'll go ahead and get another pig, I think. A few more waffles. So, I'm not quite sure, is that number, that's the wave number, isn't it? Okay, I was trying to figure out what that number next to all of his dialogue was. Seems a little out of place because it seems like he keeps getting covered up by his own speech. It'd be nice if that was a little more clearly defined, maybe if it was over with the other stuff. Now, I do like that the enemies are getting tougher as time goes on. I'm guessing it's every 5 waves we're going to get introduced to another one. Purely a hunch. Keep getting some more of these. There we go. We'll just build our massive defenses for now and get some more producers on the way, huh? In fact, we can definitely invest in tons of these bunnies. They're only 1 scoop per second, but it adds up. Considering we're only at 60. Alright. All the bunnies.
I'm gonna get the rabbits, George. I'm gonna pet the rabbits.
I'm a horrible human being. Alright, so we're up to 68 SPS. Not too shabby. We can start upgrading our cone cannons now if we need to. We've stopped 208 Scoopadoops. Let's upgrade our rhino, actually. There we go. Look at that. Now we're talking. Get some more puppies, maybe? And later on, you get bosses from history. Now, I'm not sure how much further I can take this game. Obviously, I can keep going for quite a while. Literally, I could go forever if I wanted to. But in terms of actual mechanics, I think I've seen the brunt of it. Let's upgrade some of these cannons a smidge. And those are putting them in reserve, I believe, just in case one breaks. No, that's a good point. So the way the economy is working, right now the napkins are super cheap, so they're a really good buy right now. So it does have kind of an internal economy where it'll just kind of build up certain things you buy a lot and lower things you haven't bought lately. Or at least it'll just build them when you buy them, but whatever. The fact that you're gaining more as time goes on is a good thing. But I don't know, the napkins seem a little... I mean, they're one-hit kills, which is pretty sweet, but they're also really slow to respawn and replace themselves. So, you know, they're a good buy, but yeah. Look at this, I'm going into the economy of a clicker. That's a good sign. Now, what other kind of upgrades could we get for something like this? I could say you could maybe do upgrades to allow you to hold more, but it seems like there's already... right now there's no limit to how much you can hold, it looks like. But maybe that's something that might be a good investment in terms of making another upgrade or something to keep an eye on, is something to allow you to hold more, you know, Scoopadoops. Not Scoopadoops, rather, but Scoops, I should say. Alright, we got a full array of fans now. Grab some more waffles, get some napkins while they cheap. And now, oh, here we go. Sir Scoopadoops. Knights of the Round Ice Cream. So let's see what they do. Now, I do wonder if they're going to start doing anything aside from just being more durable. And taking more damage, I suppose. These numbers, I'm seeing all these -10s. They don't really mean too much to me, if I'm being quite honest, because I don't know how much health they have. So I see all these -10s and I just think, oh, good, my cannons are doing 10 damage. How much is 10 damage worth? It would, maybe if there were some kind of health bars, I don't know how you do that in a really good way, because a lot of the screen is taken up already, a lot of the real estate is taken up already. This whole side right here doesn't have much going on for it. Maybe if you were to, I don't know, show the health of the last things hit by your cannons or something? Yeah, it's kind of funny that the napkins actually just kill bosses immediately. I mean, they're basically regular enemies now, I suppose, but they still kind of should feel like bosses, or they do feel like bosses. Kind of ironic. Yeah, they basically are just regular enemies at this point. But even still, it's kind of funny the napkin traps are that powerful. But they're also slow, so, you know. It's a weird toss-up whether or not you want them, but what I do want is more rhinos, that way I can buy an elephant. I think once we buy an elephant, we might check out one of those coils, too, and we'll call it from there, because it looks like the last thing is a price adjuster. Well, I made a good amount of scoops. Scoop power! Grab some more piggies. We're up to 168 scoops a second. Not too shabby. Oh my god, scoops! I like this little guy. He's got some fun comments. Nice little added juiciness, I suppose. Oh, wow. We moved on to a Napoleon immediately. But it'd be cool if these scoops did things other than just could take more damage, you know? Like, I see a sword scoop right here. I would like it if he was effective against these waffle walls. I mean, he has a sword. You'd think that'd be able to go through walls, but maybe not necessarily cannons. So if he were to reach a wall, I'd be in trouble. So I know I need to place out napkin traps whenever I see one of them. Or with these Napoleon ones, what if their existence kind of buffed the other ones, and he kind of stayed back, but then how would I be able to really fight him? No, I'm not seeing these Napoleon ones. They haven't seemed to spawn in just yet. And then you got these Roman ones. What if the Roman ones were effective at taking down cannons or fans, you know? Apparently there is one boss that can go through walls, apparently. The Franz Ferdinand one. Got any more of them waffles? Oh, there's Napoleon. Napoopien. Apparently he does 20 damage. Oh my. That sounds like a lot. Alright, let's get one of these coils. So what's this do? Zaps every enemy on screen. Each zap requires scoops. Gotcha. So that apparently just constantly dishes out damage to all enemies. Not too shabby. Good little get. Alright, so let's level up these cannons to level 2. Now I have this red dot. Red button! Congratulations! You've gotten the first red button. Each defense has one, and each one does something special. Press it to use it, and it takes a little while to recharge. Oh my. That's pretty sweet. I kind of really like that, actually. That's hilarious. Lasts quite a while, too. Of course, now I'm going to have to wait for God knows how long. Yeah, you definitely get a Plants vs. Zombies vibe out of this, but I kind of wish that there were more units, you know? I understand it being a clicker game, that's not really an easy thing to do, but I would like it more if these resources didn't necessarily force me to buy these things. What if I wanted to buy all cone cannons and just put them out at my leisure however I'd like, as opposed to just being forced locked in like this row is cannons, this row is zappers, this row is my resources, all that stuff. It'd be nice if I could kind of arrange it myself and make my own unique defense style, you know? I think that'd be pretty sweet. Because right now I feel really locked in. It feels like a clicker game that's a little above and beyond, but still mostly just a clicker game at heart and not much more. By being able to customize my own defenses as I see fit, I really feel like it would give this game that little extra edge that would really make it feel a lot more like a tower defense game than just a clicker game. Let's get me an elephant. Come on, elephant! Come on, smooch the elephants! Give me them 50 scoops! There's my big guy. Look at him go! But I don't know, maybe I was just spoiled by Plants vs. Zombies. Wow, this really takes a long time to recharge. It's probably going to take 2 waves. And then I'll be able to use it again. Guess you really got to save it for whenever you're in big trouble. Deep doo-doo, if you will. Alright, let's get a few more of these napkin traps. Actually, wall waffles are almost cheaper now. But yeah, that sound, that whoop, 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 the hit sound, I guess you could say, really does get grating after a while. I think it'd be good if you might want to look into a way to limit how many times it plays at once, because when it stacks, it gets really kind of loud and almost obnoxious. Alright, let's see, what are we going to do now? We can upgrade the fans, get the red button on that. One more should do it. There we go. Got the red button on that. So it said each defense has one, but I don't think the walls have one, or the napkin traps for that matter. They just restock. Super Coil probably has one. Alright. Well, with that, we're going to see what the fan does, and then I think we're going to call it. But from what I see here, this game definitely is good for what it is, but I feel like it could be so much more. I feel like just giving me the ability to place out, like, using the clicker mechanics as nothing more than resource management, and allowing me to build my own defenses, like, actually to choose where to place them and everything on a grid format, that would really put this game above and beyond. The Great War of Scoopadoops. So I feel like that's the one missing thing, is the actual base building mechanic of the game. It definitely works for what it is, but I just feel like it's a missed opportunity, honestly. Alright, so let's try this fan. Oh boy, here come the tornadoes. Definitely effective, but it seems like it doesn't last nearly as long as the cannons do. Let's see if we can try these cannons before they all die. And what the hell, we'll get us another elephant. Alright, come on, cannons. Show me what you're worth. So, like, what if I just wanted to make the fences where it was, like, 5 coils and nothing else? I mean, granted, that'd probably be hard as hell to actually, you know, accumulate, but that'd be pretty sweet. Just be able to set up your own defenses. There we go. Hey, look at that. I think that these cannons really leave these fans, what's the word? Out in the cold. I feel like the fans are really ineffective by comparison. Sure, they push away an entire wave, but this pushes away probably a wave or 2. And it seems like they take the same amount of time to recharge, which is pretty brutal. Come on. Alright, let's get the price adjuster, and we've officially bought everything. So from here, it's just a question of how many enemies I end up facing. And eventually, I'm sure I'll be taken down. Eventually. But I do wonder how long that eventually will be. I can hold out with these waffle walls for quite a while. The fact that I can stack them so high and just get so many of them. Now, the price adjuster, as you can see, is slowly dropping the price of everything, which is what I need. So that's kind of the deterrent from just buying a ton of waffle walls, is you're going to eventually not be able to afford them as easily. And that does work. But I do worry. Oh, do I worry. That what's going to happen is I'm just going to be too powerful, and they'll just never be able to stop me. The Scoopadoops will stand no chance. But I digress. This is Scoopadoop Clicker, or Poopadoop Clicker, if you choose. A lovely little tower defense style game with clicker mechanics for resource gathering. It's definitely got a good concept behind it, and it's constantly being updated, so go check it out on Android or iOS markets. Thank you very much for pushing this forward.